All right, we're back to LSSL 5370 assignments overview, but we're going on to part 2. Okay, where we left off was your classmates had just finished giving some feedback on your podcast, so we're moving on to collaborative newsletter. This is going to be a time for you to work in teams. You're going to be in teams based upon your geographic location, which you determined back in one of our very first discussion boards. And with that, you're going to be working on a newsletter. Now, it's important to learn how to work together virtually because in many cases you might serve on state committees or district committees or regional committees, times when you're not able to get face-to-face with someone. So there is a little individual part where I want you to learn about collaboration in terms of how a librarian collaborates with a teacher. But then there's the part about the teamwork. And you're going to be including several different parts in your newsletter that you're all working on together. These are the topics that will be covered in your newsletter. And then you have to get ready to prepare how are you going to turn it into me. You're going to give me 2 things. You're going to give me your individual definition that I said at the top. Remember, back here was your individual part. And then you're also going to give me your team's electronic newsletter. Okay, so 2 things that you're going to submit. And remember, for when you submit, you come up to the top, you click that, scroll on down. There's a place for you to browse your computer to attach a file. And I demoed in the last video that you can attach more than one thing, which is what you will want to do in this instance here. Okay, after your collaborative newsletter, you're going to learn about networking in your area. It's very important for you to build relationships in the community, the district where you're working. You're going to be connecting with leaders because you are a leader. You're going to be an instructional partner with what's going on. So there's a couple of parts to this. One part is you need to start identifying who are these key leaders where you are. Now, if you happen to be someone not working in a school district, you can use where your children go to school or nieces and nephews go to school. If that's not applicable to your life, then you're just going to identify the district where you live, whether you actually have any contact with them or not. Part 2 is you need to make a plan to reach out. How can you advocate for school library programs? And you're going to need to include some real examples of how you're going to reach out. What is your plan and what are your examples? So you're going to make a plan and then get the examples of what you would use with that. Now, in some cases, you will be able to go ahead and do that. Maybe your librarian at your school will let you make a newsletter that you really can give to a parent group, or let you make a newsletter that you really can give to the faculty. Maybe they're going to have a special library event. They would let you work on the flyers and advertising for that. So if at all possible, try to make this an actual activity that you can apply. Then when it's time for you to document your work, you're going to put that part 1 and part 2. Part 1 is who your contacts are. Part 2 is your plan. Put it into the Word document. I'm going down. Whoops. At the end, I want you to go ahead and add a conclusion. Like, do a reflective summary and decide what were the benefits that you could get from networking, like this assignment was talking about. And then you're going to prepare to turn this in. You're going to do it 2 different ways. This is a little bit tricky for this assignment. You're going to go into TK20, which we have the directions below. They're down here in yellow. And you're going to submit a single summary document. You're going to submit this document right here, your part 1 and your part 2. And you're going to attach that was the networking, part 1 and part 2. The single summary is on the bottom. I said green font below. Coming on down. And this is kind of a summary sheet because in TK20, remember from one of our earlier videos, this is where the national accrediting body comes in to evaluate the quality of the assignments the professors ask you to do. So you are going to have a simple summary sheet that's going to be uploaded into TK20, and you can copy this whole green part right here and paste it into your own Word document. You're going to put your name, the date, and networking in your area. Well, that was something you just had to upload into TK20. You're going to put the link to your live binder where you demonstrated that you joined the professional organizations. And you're going to put a link to your podcast to show the kinds of technology skills that you're working on. So 2 things are going to go into TK20. Your networking assignment from above, part 1 and part 2. And then this document, which is below, which is summarizing 3 kinds of activities your professor has asked you to do. Okay? It is a little bit trickier because it's a double step, but I know you can pull it off. They do have a help desk here for you to be able to go to, and they have some videos that you can watch to help figure that out. And remember, too, that we had help and how-to about TK20. So there is a little bit of information here that will help you once you get to that assignment. Okay, after our networking, we have our online journal brochure. And you will need to find a way to stay current in the the profession of school librarianship once you graduate. How are you going to stay sharp? What are you going to do to keep learning? So you, for this assignment, are going to have to start digging. And you're going to locate 5 online educational technology or library journals that kind of catch your eye. Find 5 of them. If you get stuck, Dr. Weimer, our department chair, has a wiki where she keeps a list, what she calls it, personal reading online. So find 5 that you really like. Then it's time to get organized. You're going to kind of put those in order of your preference. Which one is the best, all the way down to your least favorite, even though don't put one that's horrible. If you don't like it, don't put it in there. There needs to be at least 5 good ones that you have located. You're going to put those in order, and you're going to provide a link to them and a paragraph description about that journal. Don't just list all the articles they have. I want to know about the journal. What's in it? What's good about it? How useful is it to you? Then down here, I want you to think about, if you're going to make a brochure, it needs to look sharp. It needs to look professional. So what can you do to make yours look professional? I would suggest things like clip art, having color, anything that you can do visually to make it eye-catching. We offer a couple of sites down here for free clip art because you do want to be careful with that. And some of those have photos as well. Then when it's time to submit it, you need to get it into a PDF of your finished product. Now, a lot of people might use Publisher for this assignment or an Apple equivalent if you have a MacBook. But you need to submit it as a PDF because not everybody's computer will open up the Apple document or might not open up the publisher document. So make sure you save it in the final product. And then here at the bottom is where I have the description of how you can earn your points. Back at the top, here is the link for you to submit your assignment on this online journal brochure. Next, we have online hardware software review. And a lot of times principals might come to a librarian and say, I would need some help. We want to order something for the computer lab, or we order something for the biology team or the 2nd grade team. And we need your assistance evaluating that. So you're going to find something that you want to evaluate. It's going to be, it could be an app, it could be hardware, it could be a software. You're going to choose something that's appropriate for your current teaching situation. And I want to point this out up here, that this is going to be done through Excel. And yes, it really has to be Excel. And the point of this is just to get you comfortable using different tools, different mind tools that we have on our computers. So what will you do? You're going to find 3 reviews for your app, hardware, software, whatever you've chosen. Here's some recommendations if you need to help finding some reviews. And again, Dr. Weimer has a list of some other resources you might use. Then you're going to get ready to submit. Once you have your 3 reviews, you're going to start your Excel chart and table. Be as nice looking as you can, because remember, this is something you would be giving to your principal to show them what your evaluation is. And then these are all the things that should appear inside your Excel chart. Once you are done, you'll be able to come back to the hyperlink where you'll be able to submit your assignment. Then at the end, I also show a final discussion board, which is a well-developed paragraph, and it's just talking about the things that you've learned from this course. But notice it does say final discussion board, because if we come up to our course GPS, every now and then you're going to see a discussion board. I try to have one each month so that you'll be able to talk with each other, kind of prompt each other to more learning, dig into some things that are going to help you develop the mindset of a school librarian. Now, all the discussion boards are located in the discussion board. So after you have your area where you chat with each other, where we made our geographic teams, September assignments, for anything you want to ask me, and always come back and check each month, because somebody else might have already asked a question you're wondering about. Be brave. I promise you, people want to ask questions. Don't email it to me unless it's a personal question that really is something truly personal. The rest really need to be open questions for everyone, so that everybody has access to the same amount of help that you got. But here we have our October assignment and then our October graded discussion. So I kind of lay out a little scenario with some multiple choice answers, similar to what your exit test might look like, your certification test might look like. I just want you talking. You're going to talk and read 2 to 3 of your classmates' responses. Start talking about it. Get comfortable using the language and the vocabulary. It's not going to matter if you choose the wrong answer. What I want to know is that you are participating, that you're learning, and that you're growing. So that is how you get the full points. So we have one there for October, we have one for November, and we have that one there at the end. So let's get busy talking to each other. It's going to be a good thing. And that is our final assignment. But remember, as soon as you log in on Blackboard that very first day, I really want you to come here to the Start Here First. Begin on that course introduction. Work your way through these 4 points here. You're going to be grateful and thankful that you did, because it's going to help you start off on a good foot with this class. Thank you very much, and I look forward to having an awesome semester with you.